Hello everyone, today I'm going to draw assignment 3, the geometries with reference line. This assignment is a little more difficult than assignment 2, so I expect that you have mastered all the drawing commands. I will draw a little quicker due to the time limits. So in this assignment, you should draw on the Splunk AutoCAD file downloaded from eCampus. The AutoCAD frame is like this. And then you are going to draw 3 geometries inside the rectangle box using the given dimensions. And you should draw the reference line and the geometries separately on separated layer. In the final submission, you can submit only the DWG file, and you don't need to plot your assignment into PDF file. Firstly, let's look at some settings. So look at the status bar. It's just like assignment 2. I recommend that you turn on the polar tracking and check the first option. And I also recommended that you turn on the OSNAP. You don't need to turn on this one. And this time, I check the endpoint, midpoint, center, node, intersection, perpendicular, and tangent. Okay. Going back to the instruction. So the first step is to set the units to decimal and precision to 0.00. So I type in units on my command line and spacebar. So I change the length to decimal and angle to decimal degree. The precision, I will set them to 0.00 for both. So the insertion scale, I will keep the default 1 inches and click OK. And then you need to create separated layers for the line works and the reference. So you need to create 2 new layers with different colors and different line types. I will click on the layer property window to open it. In this layer management window, I will create 2 new layers. Click on the layer creation button. So layer 1, layer 2. So I will name the layer 1 as assignment 3. I click on it to rename. Name it as assignment 3. And the color, I will give the green color to it. And for the second layer, single click on it and name it as reference and change the color to red. And for the line type, choose one from the instructions set center, center 2, and center x2. So I will click on the line type and click load. So there are many line types. Okay, I think I will use the center and click OK. And click center and click OK. So now my line type is the center line. Okay. Since I will draw the reference line first, so I will set the reference layer as my current layer. Double click it and close this layer property window. Look at the first geometries. We will start from the reference line. So the length of this reference line is a little longer than the diameter of the circle. So the diameter of the circle is 83. So I will draw this reference line of about 100. So going back to typing line, L spacebar, first point, and the length approximately 100, spacebar to finish. Okay, and then I will rotate the horizontal line to copy it to the vertical direction. So I will use RO for rotate, spacebar, select this line, spacebar. This point should be the midpoint, and I want to copy it, so I type in C for copy, and the angle should be 90 degree, type in 90, spacebar. So this is the first two reference lines. Okay. And I also have this circle as the reference line. For this radius, let me check. The diameter is 60, so the radius is 30. So C for circle, start from this point, and the radius is 30, spacebar. Then I think I finished this reference line for this geometry, and then I'll start to draw the line work of geometry. First, I want to draw the outside circle is with the diameter 87. So I will go to this assignment 3 layer first. So draw circle C, spacebar, pick the center point, and the diameter, type in D for diameter, is 87, spacebar. And then I will draw this line and this line. So for this line, I can offset the reference line by 20, and this line also offset this reference line by 20. Offset O, spacebar, offset distance is 20. Offset this line to the upside, and this line to the left side. Okay, but these two lines are on the reference line, so I need to change the layer to assignment 3 layer. And then I need to do the fillet for the 3 corner. So the fillet radius is 4. So I will start fillet by typing F, spacebar, F, spacebar. So I will set the radius. So typing R, spacebar. The radius should be 4, spacebar. And the first objects, I will put this circle and this line. Okay. And fillet again, so I press spacebar. Because the radius is the same, I don't need to change it. I just click on the first objects, click on the second objects, and then spacebar again to repeat fillet this corner. And then I need to trim this arc from the circle. So I do TR for trim. and I select this arc and this arc as a cutting edge, spacebar to finish selection, and trim off this part, spacebar to finish. Okay. And then I'm going to draw the 4 small circles with a radius of 3, because the diameter is 6. Back. So C for circle. I start from this intersection point, and the radius is 3, spacebar. Then I just need to copy this this circle around. So I do CO for copy. Select the circle, spacebar, and then pick the center point to copy it for 3 times, spacebar to finish. Going back to the instruction. And now we have this geometry. I think I can use polyline to draw it. The length of the line is 22. The radius of this half circle is 5. I will draw the polyline from, let's draw from this point. This point is 5 from the center point. So I will use temporary tracking to track this point and start the polyline. So I do PL spacebar and start temporary tracking, typing TK spacebar. First track point should be the center, and then I move to the left and I type in 5 spacebar, and this is my first point. So I press spacebar to finish the tracking, and then I go up. So the half of 22 is 11, spacebar. And then I will change to arc. So I type in A, spacebar. And I go to the right direction, and this diameter should be this 5 multiplied by 2 is 10. Just 10, spacebar, and then I will change the polyline to line, so L, spacebar, and type in 22 as the distance, and change to arc again, typing A, spacebar, and go to the left, typing 10, spacebar, and then return to line by typing L, spacebar. And then I just need to type in C to close the polyline, C spacebar. Okay, I finished the first geometry. Let's have a look at the second geometry dimension. Okay. Starting by the reference line, I think we should draw the horizontal reference line first. The length, let me see. So the length is 42, and the diameter of this is 32. So this is 16. So I think 16. Okay, I think 80 is enough for the length of this reference line. So let me draw a line with a length 80. Switch the current layer to reference layer, and type L to draw a horizontal line with a length 80, spacebar. And then I need to rotate with the rotation angle 105. Going back, so RO for rotate, select this line, spacebar. This point should be the end point, and then I do type in C for copy, So because this is the clockwise direction, so this is minus 105 space bar. Okay. Then I will draw the vertical reference line. So let's see. This length is the diameter 32, so I think 50 is enough for the reference line's length. So I'll draw a line L space bar, and I can draw a line with the length 50 space bar again. Then I will move the line M space bar, pick its midpoint to the intersection. Okay. And then offset this by 42. So O for offset, distance is 42 space bar. So offset this line by 42 space bar. And then I'm going to draw this reference line by rotating the vertical reference line by this angle. So let me see. So this angle is, first the small angle is 105 minus 90 degrees. So this is 15 degrees. And this is 90 minus 15, so this is 75 degrees. Going to rotate RO space bar, select this and space bar, and then I'm going to rotate, pick space point, and then C for copy, and then I'll rotate to this direction. So this is anti-clockwise, so it's 75 degrees space bar. And then offset this line by 54. So offset O space bar, distance is 54 space bar, and offset. Okay. Have a look. So now I finish all the reference line, and I will switch to the assignment 3 line work, the line work layer, and start to draw all the line work. First, I will draw the circle, the inside circle. What is the radius? The radius is 10, and the outside circle, the radius is 16. So I will start from this middle point. So C for circle, center point is point, and then inside radius is 10 space bar, and C for circle again. Outside radius is 16 space bar, and then I'm going to copy, select, and type in CO command line, and pick the center point as the reference point, and go to this point. So pick the intersection point, then here, okay, and space bar to finish the copy. And then you need to draw this line, and do the fillet. And this one, I believe you can just connect the tangent point here and here, and this one connect the tangent point here and here. So let me see. So L space bar, and do this line and the tangent point, space bar, and L again. So this point and the tangent point, space bar. And for this line, you can do the offset first and then do the fillet. So you can offset this line by the radius is 32. So I can do offset O spacebar, and distance is 32 spacebar, offset by 32, and then offset O 32 again. So this time I'm going to offset this line. And then you can do the fillet. The fillet radius is 15. So I will do F spacebar for fillet, and I will type in R for radius. Set the radius to 15. And the first objects, second objects. Spacebar. Okay, then I'm down to draw this geometry. And let's look at the next one. Before drawing the next geometry, I'll switch my current layer to reference. Okay. Let's have a look at this geometry. It's a little more complicated. Start from the reference line. I will draw this horizontal line first, and let me measure the length roughly. So this is the radius of the circle. So diameter is 94, so radius is roughly 50, and this is 64, 70, 50, 120. 120 plus 80 is 200. 200 plus 20 is 220. Okay, I think 240 is enough for this length of the reference line. So I will draw a line with the length 240. So L spacebar, draw line with the length 240 spacebar. So your reference line, the length is always slightly larger than the addition of all the dimensions are marked on this example. Okay, then so this one is 92 divided by 2, so I think I move 50 from this point to this point is enough. So I'm going to rotate the horizontal reference line to the vertical directions with the base point as this point. And I will use temporary tracking to track this point 50 from the distance to this point. I'll show you. So going back to AutoCAD and start to rotate RO spacebar, select objects. Base point, I will do temporary tracking TK spacebar and first tracking point as this endpoint. Now I will go 50. So spacebar to finish temporary tracking. And then I will do copy C for copy. Rotation angle. So this is counterclockwise, so it's 90 degrees. Okay, I will move the a little down to not to disturb the upper geometries. Now let's have a look at this arc. So this arc is defined by this angle. So I first need to draw this one. So this one is rotate 30 degrees from this line, this vertical line. So I'll go back to do rotate to RO spacebar, select objects. This point is this intersection point. I will do C for copy, and this is clockwise, so the angle is minus 30 degrees. Then I will trim off this down part, so trim. And then I'm going to draw this arc. So you should know the end point before you define the arc. So I will draw a reference line like this and like this to define the starting and end point of the reference line, of the reference arc. So this, I think 20 degrees is enough. So you can do other numbers, whatever you like, just a little smaller than 30 degrees. So let me going back. I will do RO spacebar, select this one and base point. So make sure you pick the intersection point and type in C for copy. Rotate angle, I will do 20 degrees, spacebar. And then I will rotate this line by 20 degrees again. So RO spacebar, select this one, intersection point, and do copy, C, rotate minus 20 this time. Okay. Now I will trim this side. And now I'm going to draw the reference arc. I will draw the circle first and trim the arc using the reference line I just drew as the cutting edge. So this degree should be, it's difficult to calculate, so I will use the radius to define this arc. So the radius here, this length is 32, and this length is 46. So it's 92 divided by 2. So it's 46 plus 32 is 78. Okay, it's 78, the radius. So I will go back to AutoCAD and do C for circle. Start from this point, and the radius is 78. Okay, and then trim off this part. Trim off this part, and then this line and this line, they have no use, so I will delete them. Okay, this is a little messy, so let me remove some of them. Okay, now I'm going to draw the two short lines. So this line is 64 from this point, and this is 72 from this point, and the length might be, let me think. So the radius here is 10. So maybe this one is 15. So I will restrict the length by offset this line to upper and lower direction, and then trim the line using these two lines. So I will do offset O spacebar 15 to upper direction to lower direction, and then I will offset the vertical line by 64 and 72. So offset 64 and then offset 72. Okay, and then I will trim the excess part. First, using this two horizontal lines as a cutting edge to trim these two lines, and then delete the cutting edge. And these are all my reference line. I have finished. Okay, let's go back to draw the geometries. First, I will start from this. I will start from this circle. So the radius is 32, 64 divided by 2. So I'm going to switch a layer to assignment 3 and do C, spacebar. And 32 is my radius. Okay. And then the outside circle, the radius is 92 divided by 2 is 46. C, spacebar. So every time, make sure that you select the intersection point, not the other kind of point. So this radius is 46. And then I'm going to draw this. I'm going to draw this arc and this arc. Let me see how to draw it. So this is an arc offsetting from this reference arc. So the offset distance here is 60, is this radius, right? And this distance is the small radius, is 8. So I will offset the reference arc by 8 and 16 to both sides to get the 4 arcs. Okay? So offset, spacebar, so offset 8 to both sides, and then offset again, this time 16 to both sides. I'm sorry, this one is wrong. Let me do again. So offset the middle one by 16. This time correct. And then I will change the 4 lines I just drew to the assignment 3 layer. And let me see how to connect them. So to connect them, I will draw a half circle here and a half circle here, and the other side is the same. So the half circle I can draw by drawing arc, and the radius, the inside radius is 8, outside is 16. So I'm going to draw. So arc, I will type in A, spacebar, specify start point, could be this point. And course I know the center is this point, so I will type in C for center and click this one and click the end point here. Exit the command. I will press ESC. For the outside one, I can simply offset O spacebar, offset by 8. For this side, I will use the exactly same strategy to draw arc from the start point and C for center. This time you should hold on Shift to switch direction and then click. Sorry. So arc start point, press C to define center, and then press Ctrl to switch direction, and do not release your finger on the Ctrl and click on the end point. Okay, and then I offset by 8 Okay. And then I can trim off the excess part. So I will quickly trim the excess part. Okay. Now I'm going to draw this circle, so I can use the TTK option for circle. Circle C, and then there's the tangent radius option. So type in T. The first tangent point should be on this arc, second tangent point on this arc, clicking them, and then type in the radius. Radius is 16. And then trim the outside. Then I'm going to draw this inside. I'm going to draw this inside geometry. I think, let me see. I can use line command to draw this two lines and the arc command to draw this. So, first, I will offset by 10 to upside to downside, and then I will draw arc. So I will do A for arc start point, and I know the end point, so I type in E for end point. And I know the radius. I know the radius is 10 spacebar. For the other side, I will do arc again. And start point, I know the center point C, spacebar. And then I hold Ctrl to switch direction and click the end point. Okay. Let me change the two line to the assignment 3. After changing the layer, I trim off the excess part. Trim. Now I'm going to offset some geometries by 10, so that is 20 minus 10. So let me do offset 10, and I will offset, and offset. Okay. And then I will draw this two line. So this line is just the end point of this intersection, and this line is a tangent point. This is exactly the same. So this is the intersection point. This is a tangent point. So L, spacebar, start from here, and then tangent point. This line starts from here, tangent point. Okay. The last step is to draw this arc. So you can use the circle command and the tangent radius option to draw a tangent circle first and trim off the excess part. This part is the same. So draw the tangent radius first and trim off the excess part. So I know the radius is 32. C for circle. And I will choose TTK option by typing in T. And first tangent point is on this circle, second is on this horizontal line, and then radius is 32. And I'll do the same thing to the other side, C and T for TTK option, and click on this tangent point, click on this tangent point, and specify 32 as a radius. I need to extend this line to the circle to get the intersection point, otherwise I cannot trim. So I will do extend EX spacebar, select the object. I will do this one, spacebar, and extend. Do the same thing, EX for extend, select this one and this. Okay, now I'm going to trim, so TR for trim. 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 Okay. Then I will trim this part. So TR for trim, cutting edge, spacebar, and trim this inside part. Let me check. So I think I have finished this one. If you think this one is too long, you can offset distance, maybe 30. And then you can trim this one to be a little shorter. Okay. At last, don't forget to change the name to your own name and change the due date as well. Okay. You don't need to plot to PDF, just save all the files as your last name / assignment 3 to somewhere and submit the DWG file to eCampus. Okay, that's my demonstration about this assignment 3. Goodbye.